up, everybody? So the heat is on, so that's why it's so loud, and that's why I'm talking even louder. But I am super excited because I have really good news. So exciting, some news. When I was in college, I competed in the Miss Black and Gold pageant, scholarship pageant, put on by the Alpha chapter at our school. And it was a really wonderful experience. Like, when I tell you, I had so much fun. The rehearsals were great. We had a coach who trained all of us on what we needed to do while we were on stage, and then we had a talent portion and all these other things. And it was just so cool to spend time with the ladies. I was either a senior at that point or a junior, something like that. It was either my junior year or my senior year. I had a super senior year, but it was either my first senior year or my junior year. And it was just such a positive experience. I did win some titles, okay? I am going to brag on myself a little bit. I got Mrs. Sisterhood, which is basically like Miss Congeniality, and I was really honored. And I also got, let me look. I still have my stashes, y'all. Oh, there it is, souvenir book. It was Miss Souvenir Book, which means I sold the most ads for the pageant. And I also got Miss Gold. So it's Miss Black and Gold. So third runner-up is Miss Black. Second runner-up is Miss Gold. The winner is Miss Black and Gold. And it was just a really cool thing to be in. So I say all that to say that I've been really looking for a hobby that I could really dig into and sink my teeth into, that I just enjoy so much and is purely for my own indulgence. And I decided to enter into a pageant. So I am super excited. I am officially a competing delegate of the Nation of States pageant in the Mrs. division. I am super excited. I picked my title of Mrs. Kansas because that's where I'm from, and I be holding it down, okay? And I'm going to get my sash, and do they send you a crown? They send you two things as a delegate. I'm not sure if you get a crown, but you get two items. Because sometimes you get smaller crowns and everybody wears like smaller crowns, and then there's the winner who gets the big crown. I honestly don't remember. I need to read the email. But I'm just super excited because this is something I can just do me. Like, from A to Z, this is so exciting because, one, it's a performance and I love to perform. And you know, when you're grown, you don't get to perform that much unless you are a professional, entertainer, which I am not. And the preparation, which means I get to practice, which means I get to interact with coaches and meet other people who are in like that light, and I get to take lessons, and go shopping and travel, and I'm going to be meeting, lots of cool people, and I am so excited about this. And I will say too that on another flip side, outside of all the fun that I'm about to have, because I'm also a former Toastmaster. I was in Toastmasters for like 5 years. It's an international public speaking organization. Yes, look it up, Toastmasters International, where literally they help you learn how to speak in public in all sorts of different situations. And that's part of pageantry, is the interview as well as the on-stage interview. So I'm excited to get back into practicing my public speaking, like all the things that speak to me, like the beauty, the performance, the talking, the networking, the speaking. It's super exciting. But that aside, I'm also excited to be able to shine a light on strut, because that is going to be my platform. When you're competing in a pageant, it's a really good habit to have something that you stand for, because while it is a beauty contest, it's really not all about the beauty aspect. The beauty aspect is important in that if you win, usually title holders have to represent the organization. So they want you to look your best. They want to make sure that you know how to hold yourself, that you know how to, look presentable, and all these other, criteria. And that's why the interview on stage is really important. They want to make sure that you can talk, that you can sound personable, that you are personable, that you are relatable. But in the background, when they have the extensive interview, that's where it's really important And that's where you can shine and say, you know, this is what I stand for. And you can see that through A, B, and C efforts that I've made. And it's wonderful that I get to experience this as a grown woman, because I was doing strut anyway. I've been doing strut for 2 years. This is not like I made something up for the sake of this pageant, which unfortunately sometimes happens, you know, for a lot of delegates. And I don't even know that I will have any responsibilities with the title. Honestly, I didn't see anything in the handbook. I'll read it again. But I'm taking this 1,000% serious. For me, this is like, I get to do something that I probably would have just loved, you know, in my youth. But it's okay. It's not over. My life is not over. I can still compete. And based on this experience, this is going to tell me, hey, do I want to keep doing these? You know, do I want to keep putting a spotlight on strut through pageantry? Why not? Majorette dancers are beautiful inside and out, and there's so much culture and heritage, and there's so many things that we are working on. So it's just hitting so many, you know, so many nails. Getting to meet people, building my network, getting the word out and promoting strut, and just getting to be on stage. And I'm excited. I'm like heck excited. So I'm sharing it with you because I'm going to take you along the ride. I'm going to show you all the cool stuff that I'm working on. So let's just start today. All right, today I am working on my interview question practice, as well as building this list out into a pageant binder. What is a pageant binder, you ask? I'm glad you asked. It's literally a tool where you pack it with lots of information that you need to stay organized for your pageant. There's all sorts of different variations of this, but for me, mine is a preparation binder. So the first section is going to be the pageant itself, like just rules about the pageant, judging criteria, notices from the director, you know, the event schedule, things like that, those important details. The second section is going to be about money, because this is not a cheap endeavor. It can be if you want it to be, but for me, I'm going all in and I want to look fabulous. I want to feel fabulous, so this will be an investment. Plus you have travel. You have to pay fees just to enter into the pageant, your hair, your makeup, your body treatments, your coaching fees if you decide to get a pageant coach, which I am, because I am like so extra and it's wonderful. Okay. Also, if you're getting sponsors, which I am, you want to make sure you're organized here with your budget, so on and so on. The third section is the master calendar to make sure that you don't miss any deadlines and you're where you're supposed to be. The fourth section is all about interviews. The fifth section is all about performance and everything that supports performance. So like my wellness planner, tracking my sleep and getting, you know, regular exercise and tracking just to see, did you move today? Which isn't a problem for me, but I am going to start toning a little bit more because there is an athletic wear section. You can either wear athletic wear or a swimsuit, and I want to feel super confident no matter what I decide to wear. So I'm trying to firm up. I am firming up my midsection and my back more for this event. And then section 6 is brand my look. So finding a look that speaks to who I am while also highlighting, you know, my outer beauty. So I'm looking forward to figuring out what that is. I'm in 7 different categories for this pageant because I entered all of them. So I'm really excited because I get to do a lot of shopping and a lot of dressing up. And then section 7 is the last one, and that's pageant week. So everything I need to know and have prepared, like the travel and flight itinerary, like the packing list, like the hotel reservations, self-care strategy while I'm there, because self-care is important no matter what you're doing, like the pageant week itinerary, because there are events that take place before the main event. So when you're in pageant week, they'll have video shoots, they'll have appearances sometimes they will have you to do some kind of act of service as a group. These are all things that reflect well in the organization to say, hey, these people aren't just showing up and just looking good, like we're actually helping out and doing something. And then if you win a title, you stay a day later to do more media shoots because it's like, hey, here's our winner, look how amazing, you know, she did, and blah, 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 blah. This is what we want you to know about her, like introducing, you know, the new title holder to the world. And so there's a lot to it. So today I'm going to print out the handbook because I got the handbook from the director, and I'm going to put it in a binder. I forgot to buy a binder while I was at Target. So it's a good thing that this thing isn't until the end of June because obviously I have a lot of work to do. And yeah, it's this video is 10 minutes now, so I'm going to stop gushing, but just know that I am super excited, and I'm happy to bring you along the way too. Peace!